Mere Dostok, Kya Hal Chal. Welcome to the amazing Indian Arsenal London fan talk. I'm very happy to welcome so many Arsenal London fans in Bangalore. So, guys, how are you doing? I'm pretty sure you're very happy you won against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we were all discussing last night, what a difference a match makes. It was all doom and gloom, and now everyone's on another level today. It was an amazing, amazing win last night. Much needed
Yes.
for the fans, for the players, and for the coach, more importantly.
Okay.
He needed that.
So, in this Arsenal London discussion, we're going to talk about very interesting topics. Of course, we're going to talk about your experience at the Emirates. Monish, you have been at the Emirates. We're going to talk as well about how you guys support Arsenal London in India. But we can also talk about other topics like does Arsenal London maybe need a new team manager? Their start into the season was very disappointing. How was it over there? Did you have a great time?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. The day I landed in London, we went straight outside the Emirates. We took a walk, and it was the day before a game, I think. And so I was just getting used to the surroundings, and luckily we found an apartment right on Holloway Road, which would overlook the Emirates, and it was just magnificent, magnificent time. And it was right in the heart of Arsenal territory. So I went to Highbury, I saw the Marble Halls, and I did the whole tour there. And then my first match day was, I think, Aston Villa at home, I remember. And we won 3-0. And it was just a life-changing moment for me and as the great Bob Wilson says, once an Arsenal man, always an Arsenal man.
Of course, for me, it's also interesting, Kabir, to find out what do you guys like most about Arsenal London? What influenced your decision to become an Arsenal fan?
It's the principles of the club. It's the way we play football. It's everything that the club identifies itself with. For me, I actually feel a huge part of me is actually part of the club and vice versa. I've actually had the unique opportunity of working for Arsenal Soccer Schools as well. So for me, it was just a great joy to be part and parcel of what the club does globally.
You guys, of course, all located in India, in Bangalore, which is quite far away from London. Yeah. So just let me know, what do you do in order to support Arsenal London in India?
We make it a point, at least before Corona, to meet up for every single match day. And we haven't missed one in years. But unfortunately now that we can't get together anymore, it's all online and a lot of discussions back and forth. But we have a really, really strong set of proper Arsenal fans.
And during the match, of course, we chant all the songs, and in general, the match watching experiences.
There's also a very interesting story about the Arsenal London Foundation run. Can you explain us?
Yeah, so actually all of us here, actually, we used to run something known as the Arsenal Foundation run. So they have it once a year at the Emirates, where they actually do a certain set of rounds around the Emirates. And if I'm not wrong, it's about 5.12 kilometers that they do. And it was something that all of us used to do. The Bangalore Gooners used to actually host this every year. And we did it the same day that they would do it in London. So it was actually quite crazy. So we would, because of the time difference, we were ahead. We would do it before they would do it at the Arsenal. And it was great because we would actually send them a whole lot of pictures. There was a lot of information being sent to them. And the fact that the Arsenal Foundation run is something that's done actually globally with all their supporters clubs. It's a fantastic initiative. The foundation actually supports a lot of very, very good charities. Arsenal's own Save the Children charity takes a huge benefit from the foundation run. And that was something that meant a lot to us.
And then, Kabir, there's also a very interesting story about an American guy whom you met in India, and he's also an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, so we actually have Colin, who's actually a very, very close friend. It's rather unfortunate that he couldn't make the call, but he was an Arsenal fan who sort of ended up he was working here in Bangalore. He happened to sort of look online. He found pubs that were showing the game. He came to one of the pubs, and then we sort of had a conversation. Two days later, he was part of our WhatsApp group, and he was here for almost, I think, 2 years. He was here with us.
How were the reactions, Arjun? Are you very happy now?
Yes, I'm really happy. The last game, which was won, was in November first week. So it's been a long 2 months since we tasted victory. And yesterday, as the boys know, we're all in cloud nine. Actually, we are really happy, and I hope the team continues the form, and there are 2 more games coming up this week. We win both the away games and climb up the table.
Arsenal versus Chelsea is, of course, a London derby. So we have already spoken about the team which you love most, which is obviously Arsenal London. But now I also want to know from you guys, which team do you dislike the most? Is it Chelsea or Tottenham? Which team is it?
Tottenham, all day, every day.
Always
Tottenham.
Yeah.
It's just this. I mean, even though we live thousands of miles away, there's just the inbuilt hatred towards that club.
Yeah.
It's just and can't let it go now.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that it doesn't really matter where we live. It's just that Spurs and a team that we will not want to watch win anything. Like, I mean, it's more than just us versus them. It's the fact that we just don't want anything for them. Like, I mean, it's as deep as that, I would say. But in all honesty, yeah, they're not much of competition anyway. Like right now, the league table, I mean, just sort of lies. So it's all good.
Is there any other among the London football teams which is unpopular among you guys, among the Indian Arsenal London fans? Chelsea,
yeah, of course,
well,
Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Bala knows. Yeah, Bala, go ahead.
Yeah, Chelsea is like the antithesis of like the philosophy which Arsenal runs on.
And we've had some heated singing competitions or chant competitions against some of the Chelsea. So yeah, that sort of it added spice to the game for us for sure.
Then let's also talk a little bit about the start so far. I mean, the start of the season has been quite disappointing for Arsenal so far. So the question which I have to you guys is also, what do you think? Does Arsenal London need a new team manager?
Bringing Mikel Arteta on board was a bold decision, and I think they have to back him, at least for some more time. Agreed, he's got a bad run of results, but we know he can turn it around. We hope he can turn it around. And, as long as he gets backing in the Jan transfer window and then maybe one more summer with the right board, with the right help from the board, he could definitely turn this around. And we don't want to become a club who, like a revolving door of managers, in one and out the next. We got to back the man and sing for him.
We do not want to be, in better words, a Chelsea where in every 6 months, 8 months, if results don't go, they fire the manager. We don't want to be like even a Watford, for example. They fire a coach every year. There's no philosophy there. So
last week, Sky Sports had a poll regarding Arsenal fans backing Arteta, and 85% Arsenal fans are still backing Arteta to be the manager.
Does anybody have any final words? Anything that you want to say about Arsenal London?
There's only one team in London. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Niels. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you very much. Those were really great final words. There's only one team in London. So
only
thank
one
you very
team
much.
in London.
And greetings to
Thanks,
India.
Neil.
Ciao.